Found out my sister has been lying about her family to her friends for years. Plus update. Original post. So about 3 years ago, my 15 female older sister's 17 female, Leah, fake name, personality basically did a 180 overnight. She went from being the sweet, reliable big sis to kinda snappy and closed off. Stopped doing chores, would get an attitude if anyone reminded her. Spent all day in her room, you get the point. I was 12 at the time, so I was just like, why is she acting like that? And my brother, 21 male, was moved out and busy with school and whatnot. In the beginning, my parents chalked it up to teenage girl hormones, which was also technically part of the issue, but also, one night she came out of her room crying and told us she is bisexual. My parents were extremely supportive of this, so was my brother because he's gay. I wasn't educated on this kind of stuff at the time, so I didn't get until my parents explained it to me and why it was such a big deal to her, and I was just like, cool, good for you, sis. So anyway, her behavior got better after that, and she was being nice to us again. She didn't hang out with me as much, which is like, what teenage girl wants to be around her little sister, LOL. So fast forward 3 years later, me and my sister are really close again, or at least I thought we were. One thing I've noticed the same with my parents is that her friends started acting very weird towards us. Like they wouldn't talk to us when they came over, if they did, or would occasionally make backhanded remarks or roll their eyes when we spoke. It was weird, but again, this was only when they came over, which was rare. So me and my parents kind of just brushed them off like, whatever. They don't have to like us. I just found out why they act like this. Probably like an hour ago. I don't know. I was peacefully binge watching an anime when my phone started buzzing like crazy. When I checked, I was added into a group chat on Instagram by her friends. In this group chat, they were basically bashing me for being a horrible person. They were calling me homophobic, a spoiled brat, terrible sister, golden child, homewrecker. Kept telling me I needed to apologize to my sister for abusing her, so obviously I'm confused. When I expressed my confusion to them, they told me to stop acting dumb and innocent. Later, they realized I was being serious and genuinely did not know what they were talking about. That's when they sent me a bunch of screenshots between them and my sister. To sum things up, my sister has fed her friends a very wild story about her life and how we treat her. Our parents are extremely homophobic and are kicking her out at 18 because of her sexuality. When she came out, I quickly became the favorite child. I'm spoiled and get everything I want, and because of this, I treat her badly for fun. I hit her, steal and break her things, verbally abuse her, and call her homophobic slurs. Not only do my parents allow it, they encourage it. She's forced to do all the chores and cooking in the house, including cleaning my room. This girl does not know how to cook. Lied about other stuff like having autism and me making fun of her for it, which is crazy because I'm the one with autism. There's so much more. The screenshots go back like 2 years, so she's been telling them this shit for close to 3 effing years. I asked them why it's taken them so long to confront me. They said she begged them not to confront me or talk to us about it because apparently it will make things worse for her, and her plan was just to go no contact with us once she's 18. But they couldn't hold back this time because the most recent thing she told them was that apparently I found out about the guy that she likes and is talking to, and immediately found his social media and started texting him now, and he won't talk to her. So not the abusing, but this was the last straw that broke the camel's back for them. LMAO. I debunked as much as I could, sent them pics from pride festivals we went to with her, sent them pics of us. We take a lot together, sent them pics of my brother with his boyfriend. They were pissed, but I asked them not to do anything until I figured out how to deal with it because apparently my sister is the abused black sheep of the family. They agreed. The convo about me stealing the boy that she likes happened a few hours ago. I checked on my sister and she was peacefully sleeping, so she doesn't know about the GC. As for me, I'm having many emotions about this. Shocked, hurt, angry. It feels like a huge slap in the face. I don't know how to go about this. I don't even know why she's doing it. For attention? I don't know. Reddit, what should I do? Now for the updates. Update 1. First off, I want to thank everyone for the advice. You all helped me get my thoughts in order, so I really appreciate that. So now for the update. I talked to my parents and it went kind of how I expected. Kind of not. Also, I know this is kind of late, so I do apologize for that. I stayed up most of the night, A, because I was reading your comments and whatnot, and B, couldn't sleep that much, lol. Got about 2 hours in. But I went in with the obvious advice you all gave me and took screenshots of everything, including the messages from the last night group chat. My dad gets home earlier than my mom, and my sister has a part-time job, so I spoke to my dad first. Obviously, he was furious, shocked, hurt. It was hard watching it happen since I loved my dad. He also apologized a lot as I'm the one who had to find this out and sit him down. Anyway, my mom got home and my dad wanted to talk to her alone, so I went into my room. This is the unexpected part. I heard my parents arguing a lot, and I'll skip the details, but I later found out that mom knew about Leah's lies. She found out about 5 months ago and didn't tell my dad. I don't know the details, but apparently she made my sister promise not to do it anymore and just trusted that she wouldn't, laughing my ass off. Safe to say my dad was pissed. Leah got home and things got worse, more screaming from Leah. It was hard to hear because I was literally in the house, but my dad said that Leah was punching and scratching her legs, threatening to kill herself, also screaming that she was going to kill me, so I was kind of scared to leave my room. Literally never heard my sister scream like that before. My dad was already mad that my mom went behind his back and kept him out of something that involves his child. My mom defended herself, saying that she was just protecting Leah and that she's just a kid. But my dad is smart enough to know that and realize that Leah is clearly not mentally well and said that she needed to be put in MH. A lot of you said the same. From what I heard and what my dad told me, my mom begged him not to. But my dad was already pissed about what she did, so he threatened to leave her if she didn't comply. There was more arguing, but eventually they did drive her to the hospital, and obviously I haven't seen her. Me and my dad are now at my grandparents' dad's side, and he is not currently speaking to my mom, but he did tell her that if she tries to take Leah out, then she is ending their marriage. I also spoke to my brother, and obviously he was hurt but concerned for our sis, so there's that. My dad and I have talked a lot, good talks. He apologized to me for everything going on, but it's not his fault, so there's nothing to forgive. If anything, I feel more bad about the situation, but me and my dad are good. I'm not sure exactly where my parents' relationship stands right now, but my dad told me not to worry about adult stuff and to focus on being a kid and going to school, so that's what I'm going to try and do. But that's basically everything for now. I'll update if anything else happens. Thanks again, Reddit. Update 2. Hey guys, it's been a minute, but I have another update. If y'all are still interested, also thanks again for the sweet comments. It means more than you know. I'll start with some positive stuff first. I got to see my brother and his boyfriend. They took me and my dad to the movies and out to dinner, and it was really fun. It took my mind off of things. New Year's was really fun. I spent it with my dad's side of the family. I haven't shared too many details with friends because this is a family matter, but from what they know, they've been supportive and sweet. Now on to the other stuff. Leah was supposed to get out on the 1st, but that didn't end up happening. She did get out on the 5th and is at home with her mom. Again, I repeat, I don't know how all that stuff works. I had a conversation with my dad about not feeling comfortable going home and being around my sister and mom just yet. And he was very understanding, but he did have to go back for obvious reasons. And my grandparents were more than pleased to keep me there, lol. About my sister, from what I know, her first day out, she didn't talk to anyone and basically just slept the rest of the day. The second day was a little rough. She wasn't happy about not getting her phone back or having some privileges taken away from her. My mom tried to fight with my dad about it, but basically gave up as she's still in hot water with him. When my mom found out I wasn't coming home right away and wasn't really open to talking to Leah about the situation yet, she got really upset and sent me a message. She basically said that I can't be mad at Leah because she's not well and needs all the support that she can get right now, and apparently she's distraught that I don't want to talk to her and I'm making things worse. Okay, literally never cared less. Leah does have depression and anxiety. I don't know any more than that other than she's being medicated. I'm pretty sure my dad did talk to my sister's therapist to update her on the situation. My dad did go through my sister's phone and it wasn't cute. He found a group chat where my sister and her friends would basically harass this girl from their school. The reason? No clue. Not just for that situation, but for the whole situation in general, my dad did have to find the numbers of Leah's friends' parents and let them know what's been going on. I have no clue what's happening with them, but it's none of my business. Leah did admit that the lying was for the attention and false sympathy, and she never meant for it to go this far. Not sure if I believe that entirely. I don't think I need it, but my dad also wants to put me in therapy, so I'm just going with it, LOL. Big issue right now, my mom continues to coddle and enable my sister. My sister knows this too, so she hasn't been going to my dad about anything because she knows that he is going to actually parent her. My mom will try to stand her ground with Leah, but then the waterworks start and blah blah blah. It's annoying and it makes my dad upset. It's the fact that my sister knows that she can get my mom to do what she wants. It's manipulative and gross. I have gone back to school and Leah's coming back soon. I'm worried for when that happens. A lot of you said she might try to spin some story with teachers or counselors, but also as of right now, my sister is essentially friendless, and I'm not going to talk to her at school either. I mean, it's the consequences of her own actions, but I can't help but pity her. I just don't want her loser ex-friends to come up and be a-holes to her. At the end of the day, I think that inevitably there will be a meeting with Leah, my parents, ex-friends and their parents, and the girl that Leah and her friends harassed. I already said this in a comment, but I'm going to say it here again too. Regardless of what y'all think, I do not plan on forgiving or speaking to my sister anytime soon, LOL. She does not get a pass because her mental health is shit. She still actively chose to do something disgusting and continued to do that for 3 years. She did not just make up lies about how I treated her. Her and her loser squad would actively make fun of and bash my character any chance they got. Looks, hobbies, interests, all was bashed. I would never let anyone speak about my sister the way that she let them speak about me. I love her and genuinely hope that she gets better, but I don't have to like her. My mom thinks that I'm a brat and my sister can cry about it as much as she wants. I don't care. It's going to take a long time for me to trust her again. It honestly terrifies me to the core how insanely two-faced a person can be. Literally baffles me. Main issue right now, mom and dad. My dad wanted to fight for their marriage. He really did. Looked into marriage counseling and IC immediately. But after more talking, arguing about my sister, my mom lying, and continuing with her BS, my dad ended up finding something very disgusting that my mom has been hiding from him that has left him heartbroken. I'd rather not get into it, but I'm sure y'all have some ideas. I'm still letting all of this process, so no, my dad does not plan on continuing with my mother. Things are a little tough right now. My dad can't exactly just leave our house, mainly because my sister refuses to leave my mom, and understandably, my dad doesn't want to leave Leah alone with her. So he's staying just until some legal stuff is sorted out, and I don't plan on going back anytime soon. That's basically it for now. I don't know if I'll update again. We'll just have to wait and see. I love my dad so much. He's my best friend, so I'm just going to try my best to cheer him up and be a good kid during these times. Thanks again for all the support. Y'all are great. Story 2. Who knew that all I had to do was give them my blessing for my husband and his mistress to break up? I have known about his infidelity for 10 months now, when he almost missed the birth of our baby. We had a planned C-section, but our daughter decided she couldn't wait, and I called him all morning, confused and terrified, in pain because I was scheduled 2 weeks later. My mom finally got a hold of him. He smelled disgusting. My Way, a perfume that I really hate. He looked more guilty than excited, and he smelled disgusting. Anyway, when we got home, I looked in his phone and found out about them. I don't know how he has been able to fool me, or was I just blind? I told him that I knew, and he tried to deny it, and I didn't argue. When I didn't argue, he probably felt relieved that I had dropped it, or maybe he thought I believed him.
One day he came home late and he smelled of our way again, and I broke down crying and begging him to stop, to choose our family, to choose me. I love you. He just denied it again, and I didn't argue again. I told him that I hated what he was doing and that I hated her disgusting perfume. I don't think it mattered because he was working late again, not a week later. The day after New Year's Day, I took my children to town because I convinced myself that I needed to do some shopping. I found myself walking around his office around lunchtime looking inside restaurants. I thought after the holidays, keeping them apart, they would be wanting to have lunch together on their first day at work. My heart was racing and my stomach was churning. I thought if I saw them together, I would faint or even die, but none of this happened. I found them as I expected in the restaurant he used to take me to whenever I visited him. I was surprised that the hurt and the humiliation I was expecting and fearing didn't come. Instead, I felt calm and relief, like something big and heavy was lifted from my heart. I even felt embarrassed that he was as predictable as I thought. I think I stopped having any feelings for him right at that moment. It reeked of my way and the whole restaurant, or maybe I just imagined it. I told them that I wasn't there to cause trouble, but that I needed to see for myself. I told her that she had won and that now she could have him. I told him that if he followed after me that I would scream because he was about to. When he got home, he wanted to talk. I told him that I wasn't angry or hurt anymore. He could be with her. For almost 2 weeks now, they have been arguing and fighting over text because he ended the affair. I will never understand how some people function. Why weren't my tears and pleas enough for him to end it, but my blessings were? Now for the comments. Because the illicit affair mistress and gaslighting you are thrilling and power games that make them feel important and like special snowflakes, impending divorce, STD check, lawyers, alimony and child support, homewrecker, don't have quite the same sexy flavor to them. Right? He didn't want to be with her. He wanted to F her, sneak around, and get a rush from feeling like a young, hot guy while his wife stays stuck at home with the kids. Now that he's facing only having the side chick who probably doesn't want to be a stepmother to the kids of a man she knows firsthand cannot be trusted not to wander, he's panicking about losing his actual partner, home, money, and time with his kids. I hope OP doesn't waver because a man that is out cheating when his wife is not only pregnant but due to give birth in the next few weeks is a huge POS. This person says if you still loved him the way he wants you to, you would have screamed at both of them in the restaurant and embarrassed the F out of them. When you cried and pleaded with him to stop, he knew you were going to forgive him. When you were calm is when he realized you might not. The fact that he doesn't want to lose you does not mean he's going to treat you well. If he gets away with cheating, he'll do it again, and he'll expect you to keep forgiving him as long as he dumps his AP when you tell him to. If you let him stay, you are setting the precedent. Don't forgive him. Kick him out. Don't let him teach your daughter that she should expect to be cheated on and will be expected to forgive. This person says by you saying you won, you can have him, gave the power back to you in full force. He could be with her. For almost 2 weeks now, they have been arguing and fighting over text because he ended the affair. I will never understand how some people function. Why weren't my tears and pleas enough for him to end it, but my blessings were? He went on full panic because he has a fear of leaving you, and for him to lose that safety net he had with you. As far as his mistress, she most likely fell in love with him and doesn't want to end it. I'm proud of you for not causing a scene, and I'm proud that you took your power back so that you can model what a healthy relationship looks like with oneself to your children. Edit. Divorce him. That's all for today. If you're enjoying this story, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you.